Hello everybody. Welcome to another rapid speedrun game against Nate Dog, rated 1700, who hits us with the Caro-Kann, and we play the advanced variation, gaining space, and he offers us a free pawn. He now develops a piece towards the center, attacking our pawn. We're going to develop a piece towards the center, defending. He develops a piece, pinning our piece, re-attacking the pawn. We're going to develop, pinning his piece, re-defending the pawn. He creates the pawn chain, opens up his bishop, and attacks our pawn. This is our extra pawn that we won at the start. We're going to play b4 and hold on to this pawn. Try to hold on to it and just remain up a pawn. And say you should have played the main line, advanced Caro-Kann, not the secondary line, because now I'm up a pawn. That's the argument for white. Let's see how it goes. If he tries to undermine your pawn chain, well then he can't ever kick your bishop with the pawn. And we can just play c3 and protect the pawn. So he wasn't expecting this, as now he's going to think after making all of the other moves automatically. Most players don't try to keep the pawn, that's why he's confused. So he goes and kicks the bishop, but we can maintain the pin. And the bishop is safe. If he tries to kick it like this, well, we don't want to lose our central pawn. So we take en passant and we keep the pin. So he takes back with his queen, fine. He can't take this because the knight's hanging, so it's defended by tactics. He could take it with the bishop, however. What do we want to do though? Queen d4 hits his bishop, hits his queen. If he takes our knight, we win the queen. If he takes our queen, I mean, you could take it, or you could take the knight first and then take it. His knight's pinned, so what can he do? I guess, what can he do? Bishop here, we just take it. What's his move? I'm confused. Does this win outright if he goes b5 en passant? So this is his move. He takes with check. Okay, so this is loose, this is loose. Hold on. So we have options here, I think. Like, okay, if we just take this, he has to take back. We go c3. Maybe he throws this in, but his bishop's hit, his knight's pinned. Something's gonna hang. Even if we go bishop d2 and he takes our queen, check, he loses material. So I feel like we have more than one move. Even c3, it's kind of the same. So this or this and this. I guess bishop d2 develops a piece for us and doesn't develop his bishop. So maybe we go here, hit his queen. He's gonna take, and what's more accurate? Taking back and rook over. I mean, we get the piece either way. I don't know, let's go bishop d2. I don't think I'm hanging anything. I think the game's just over. Unless I'm missing something. That pin on the knight is huge because he has no pawns defending it. So it's just hanging in midair. Like, with with a king and a rook fork behind it, that's terrible. So like in situations like this, I feel like you can even give up your rook. Not that it's hanging here, but in other similar positions and, take the knight and go after his king. Okay, he retreats, but this is hanging. So at the very least, I pick up a piece. So I knew this didn't look right. He could try to go here after, but this again. We could even start with this, but I want to keep the pin because it's very effective. Do I have a better move? I don't think I have a better move or fancier move. Let's take this. If he goes here, you even have bishop c3, defending the rook, hitting the queen. But then he can go back and defend the knight. So he develops and attacks the queen, but we don't mind seeing this. We do not mind seeing this. We could put our queen back here, but I kind of want the knight there now because of this awesome pin. Where do we put the queen? I guess somewhere where it won't get tempoed, ideally. Although it looks weird, maybe here, because he can't really hit it. We'll just stick it here for now, because I want to just put my knight here and try to win a piece, another piece. He really needs to address this, but I don't know how you can. I mean, rook c8 defends the piece another time, but bishop does not. Bishop e7 does not defend the piece. So we have one more turn, and this isn't a thing because it's not supported. So we have one more turn to go, and don't just castle, don't just bring out a knight. Take advantage of this pin, because the second he moves his king, the knight's free to go, and you lose your opportunity. So instead, we move the same piece twice to take advantage of this momentary, temporary opportunity on the knight. Now he defends with the rook, but he's still in a pin. This gives me another turn to try to do something. First of all, if I take this knight, he automatically sacks in exchange. But can I add pressure to the pin? Bishop out doesn't do anything. Knight out doesn't really do anything other than set up to hit the queen, but he can go back. Well, since it's still pinned, I'm just going to keep the pin for one more turn. I guess I'll castle. Get my king to safety. Now the knight's unpinned. Now we take it with... Well, I guess it doesn't matter because we're going to double take. So let's take it with the bishop first. Unless he wants to be down a piece, he has to give the exchange. We take the exchange. He takes back. This hits our c pawn. We're more than happy to develop. If he tries to pin us, we can take it. Okay, now our rooks are connected. We are up a clean rook, not a piece anymore. We transferred it to a rook. He improves his knight towards the center, but it has no forward jumps yet. Which makes me think, what happens if I kick it? Takes. It's a little fancy, a little unnecessary. So since I'm up a rook, I just want to activate. So I want to get my knight to this d4 outpost and stabilize my position. I don't care about the c pawn. I don't care about this a pawn. There are weaknesses I don't want to defend, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to retreat my knight to remaneuver it to the central outpost, right? A nice blockading outpost. I don't care if he takes this pawn because that's going to let me open up my rook for free with great activity. And I'm up a rook, so him taking a pawn shouldn't affect the game at all. It's only going to severely strengthen my rook with tempo. Bishop's not hanging. So Nate Dogg is trying to hold on, but he is down a rook, so he also doesn't have any real advantages in the position. So he doesn't have much or anything going for him. Once he takes the c pawn, then he'll have a passer, but he doesn't even take it. He doubles up on the pawn. But this is a mistake because now we can even push it, and the dark square bishop defends it. So now the pawn supports the knight or even a bishop. So taking it would have helped my rook, but not taking it, he never gets to now. So I don't know which one's worse. So he develops his bishop and covers the central square. That's fine. I intended on going to the center anyway, so let's continue with our maneuver. If he takes, we get to reconnect our pawns, which is nice because then we can fix our pawn chain and remove this isolated c pawn. If he doesn't take, he's hanging. He could protect it, but we're happy with trades as we're up a rook. We're not concerned, as I mentioned, with our queenside pawn structure. It should be irrelevant. At some point, we're going to force the queen trade, force the rook trade, and we'll just have an extra rook to play with, which of course you cannot defend. So he doesn't have any ideas. He takes with the knight. Now our recapture comes with tempo, whereas if he took with the bishop, he would get another turn after that. So he retreats to keep pressure, but we can always just throw our bishop like a tall pawn just to over consolidate our position and force trades. But for the time being, nothing's hanging, like it's protected. So let's get our new piece in the game. And now we automatically force trades because this square is protected 3 times. He moves his queen away, we force the trade with check. Now we get to bring in our other rook with a queen and back rank mate threats. So we're just getting material off the board and maintaining the status quo with all of this stuff that's highlighted. Kind of, we don't care about any of this. We're just going to play with the 3 pieces we have, and he resigns. So we have a good game against the 1700 strong opponent in the Caro-Kann, who blundered early and really just tried to hold on at all costs. You know, they did their best. That's what you should do. You should try to put up maximum resistance. If you ever watch the top players, you see that even from losing positions, they can just do some incredible things and really make your life difficult. So you should definitely be doing that. Instead of being depressed about, oh man, I'm going to lose this game, forget the fact you're playing an opponent and be like, okay, I have this position in front of me, whether it's losing, worse, treat it like a puzzle. Sometimes they give you puzzles where you're in a worse position, and just be like, oh, find the best move. That's my task. I got to find the best move in this worst position. Forget about the fact you're going to lose 5 rating points and try to make it a puzzle, and it becomes more fun. Anyway, let's go through this game. Caro-Kann. We play the advanced variation since c6 is a very slow move and c5 is the ideal move to hit the center. So I feel like we have a little extra time to do this. Now he hits the center, but it takes 2 turns. That's the downside. Also, the pawn's hanging, so we take it. You can hang on to this pawn if you know like perfect theory, I think. But in any case, most players just develop the knight, attack our center, development and center, defense. He does this, development, center, and defense. He does this. This is defense and hanging on to our win condition, which is this pass pawn, or potential pass pawn, because as you can see, these 3 over here, A, B, and C, there's only 2. We also have a 4th pawn, but it can be captured, so I'm not even including that one. So we do have a win condition. If you take every piece off the board, we can try to run these up and win the game. So we're protecting it. Force move, keeping the pin, keeping the tension. So this is a blunder. So it's plus 1.2. White's up a pawn. Plus 1.2 makes a lot of sense. He does this, plus 3.3, nearly triples. And you don't want to retreat your bishop, you lose a pawn, so you're en passant. And apparently it's just way too devastating. It must be because of my move, but let's see. So maybe his best move isn't to take this, but then that's just a super strong pawn. So what is his best move? Yeah, it's not to take it. That's the 4th move. Yeah, I knew it couldn't be right if this is a blunder. So knight e7, protecting the knight immediately, just getting on with it. Bishop takes check. quick development. These are all +3 for white. Totally winning, crushing. We're only up a pawn, but it says the game is over completely, no matter what he does. So this pin must be incredibly strong. You must need the B pawn here as the support point. So that's good to know. I'm curious, if he goes B6, also losing the support point, this isn't, well, oh yeah, that's an obvious blunder. But you get what I was trying to go for. I was trying to see. Anyway. Okay, so we went passant by force. He's forcing us to find the winning move. It's +4. So here, okay, yeah. So here you need to find queen d4. If you don't, you're still +2, which is still winning really, but you're +3.7, and it's clearly the best move. But otherwise, they're saying even if you just go a3 and protect this so he can't develop and his pieces look dumb, even if you just do that, he's toast with all of these weaknesses. Up your protected extra pawn. Activity, castling, he has nowhere to put his pieces. They're saying it's over with a3. That's incredible. It's over with castling, and it's over with bishop e3. So all the most natural moves. But we play queen d4, which is by far the strongest, just because he doesn't have a response. His best is bishop takes b4 check, and then queen takes check. So he goes for a queen check at +5. And what's our best response? We have to have a bunch, I said. Yeah, you could play queen takes, c3, bishop d2, and even knight d2, which I didn't look at. They're all super strong. We just block with the bishop. We're threatening this, this, and this. You can't protect everything. So he goes back and loses his bishop. But then he puts up good resistance. I thought about taking the knight here, just so I didn't have to move my queen. But that's my dark square bishop, and I'm like, okay, he'll take. Eventually he'll go here, and I kind of wanted my dark square bishop, you know? Look at these dark squares. Obviously, I still have a great position, but I didn't see, like, you don't have to give it up. You're +5. So we just moved the queen. And this queen move here is our only inaccuracy of the game. Wow, he actually played very well. Other than that, this b5 blunder, he only has 2 inaccuracies. Perfect game otherwise. So he played perfectly after that blunder. And we played perfectly throughout the whole game with 16 cent to pawn, 96 accuracy. The only inaccuracy we have is this, which is hilarious because, come on, guys. You couldn't give this to me? You really want me to take this for a little bit stronger? Come on. It's messed up. Anyway, so we make this inaccuracy. Hate the engine. And now we follow with our plan of putting pressure on the pin. I really need to stress how many of you would just make automatic castle or something. Don't do that. Don't just make automatic moves. Or, oh, move every piece once. Yes, absolutely. If you're totally new to chess, sure. But you really need to focus on what's the most important thing that's happening right now and then pay attention to that. So we focus on the pin, which is the most important thing. He tries to protect it. Now we castle because we've added maximum pressure. I would have added, you know, another piece if I could, a rook here, but I don't have one. He castles. Now we take a free piece, the exchange. We just develop. We come up with this plan, positional chess. Our knight doesn't belong here. Kind of random square, attackable through the c file, not really doing anything. It's only to remaneuver it. c3, which is just a smart move. Prophylaxis. Solidification in the center. Force move. Developing move, forcing trades for free. Game over. Total and complete domination. Once he goes b5. He played a perfect game, and I played a perfect game other than this move, which looks natural, so you can break the pin. He had no idea that this was going to lead to, you know, this looks like, okay, we trade pawns. He had no idea this is +4 and is going to lead to such devastating consequences. And that's why this is a nice line to go down. Because unless he analyzes it seriously, he's never going to know. Even after this game, he might just look at the engine quickly. Oh, okay, but does he really get it? Does he really see the +4 here? That's a different story. And it's all about this pin and our unassailable bishop. So hopefully this helps you. Good luck in your chess. Goodbye.